Okay, you're running.
Okay, Greg was in our wedding. It was
Not in our wedding.
No, in my wedding. And he was Sterling. And I didn't even think about what he would wear. So obviously his mom and his dad got him a darling outfit to wear, a little jacket. He looked great. But I didn't even think that maybe I should be paying for something for him to wear. And he looked great.
We're still waiting for you to pay us for it.
And he carried the pillow in so nice and did such a good job. And then after he got up there, what did he do? Did he go sit with his mom, or what did
No,
he do?
he did something crazy. Big smile and like something like that.
But anyway, it wasn't bad. It was cute, darling, and you, of course you were the hit because you were so cute, and you were really cute, and you were very appropriate. I didn't notice until we looked at the wedding pictures, the film afterwards, that I think he went and sat with his mom or something. But anyway, you were very good. And you were a wild dancer with Shelby at the wedding reception. I do remember that. Do you remember that? You guys were crazy dancing out there. You were hugging each other and dancing around, so that was really fun. What else can you think? What other stories can you tell about Greg? It's always really good and cute. I don't remember you doing anything terrible or anything.
Can you tell me just a quick story of something you remember when you were growing up? In the house with...
Oh, I'll tell you a few. You want to hear a few stories about your father growing up?
Sure.
Well, of course. He was 7 years older than I, correct?
No.
He says not, I say yes. Anyway, he was the little prince before I came along. And Aunt Noni, every week, every Friday, she would come and buy him a toy and take him out to eat spaghetti at the Cameo. And I didn't know any of these things until I came along and realized I had been neglected for so long. So I came along and he was still the prince in Aunt Noni's eyes until I started to get a little cuter, and then maybe I got a little attention, but never as much as this guy did. So whatever you think about yourself, trust me, you never got as much attention as this guy did. And you both look very much the same, except for the color of your hair. You're both as cute as could be. That curly hair, what can I say? And then he would irritate me. I could never go to the bathroom because he was always there rattling the doorknob. So I would have to sit on Grandma's toilet and put my one foot on the door.
Thank God it was small.
It was so small I could do that. And he's, get out of here, I gotta get in there. Once he got in there, it was like you surrendered 2 hours of bathroom time. He's in there looking at himself, combing his hair, looking again. I'm surprised that mirror didn't crack or fall off the wall. It got
Probably
so
did a
much
couple
use. Yeah. Am I not telling the truth about that?
I heard about that.
I have no comment.
I am. Then,
Because it's true.
then what Grandpa Morgan would do is he would play us against each other. So he would say, the reason the toilet got plugged up is because your brother put cigarettes down the toilet, I think. And the reason the toilet got plugged was because I put too much toilet tissue in the toilet. So we both got blamed.
You shared the blame.
And it was nobody's fault. But anyway, so we had to do that. Then one time I got mad at you and I threw a shoe at you and made a dent in the wall. And I think you got in trouble for that.
That's
And you just
plastered
shouldn't
walls,
have gotten.
too.
What? Plaster walls.
Plastered walls.
And
That's
he would
like
get in
wood.
trouble, but it was really me getting him into trouble. Because I would get mad, right?
That's true.
That's true.
She got me in all the trouble.
And then on my, that's some of the trouble.
Oh, he's lying.
Then on my senior prom, he came and stood beside me and we got our picture taken in front of the old television. Grandma and Grandpa's TV that was about this big. So we got our picture taken there. And we used to go
It's
to
in 1950.
1950, yeah. Oh wow, look at, they're really going now. And then we would go to Missouri every summer.
I didn't know that.
Every summer on my birthday, because we would celebrate, I was born on Grandpa Morgan's birthday. And your dad got to go down by himself, which was really fun. He got to
Grandpa
go down.
Morgan being Bern Morgan? Or?
Vern Morgan.
Oh, okay.
Tell him about the about Duke and the horses and what you used to do when you were down there by yourself.
Well, they were workhorses. And they would pull the wagon, pull the plow. And during harvest time, there was a wagon that we would load the bales of hay off. And that was a lot of fun then, because we'd go from farm to farm. And all the ladies for lunch would prepare this huge meal. It was delicious. You'd eat so much you didn't want to go back out in the fields, but that wasn't.
Some homemade food.
Yeah, all
Oh, the
homemade.
cobblers, the food he'd get.
Can you reach this one? You got it.
Now, the most important story that must be down for posterity, which shows the true character of your father. I don't even know if Jerry knows this,
Oh.
but I was crossing the chicken yard because Grandpa Morgan and Grandpa Bern Morgan were on the other side of the chicken yard. And I was crossing to get to them when the rooster started to chase me and flap at me and peck me. And my brother got out his slingshot and slung some stones at that rooster and protected me.
I didn't hear that one.
He was my hero. I'm not kidding.
Cool. I'm proud
And
of you now.
not only was he my hero, but then our grandma got that rooster, and we had that rooster for dinner.
I heard that part.
She wrung its neck and plucked that chicken, and she wasn't going to let a rooster chase her granddaughter. But my brother protected me.
I'm proud of you.
He's a good brother.
Well, this movie should shut down because it's going to be very expensive. And we need to discuss the royalties every time we show this.
Now, Grandpa came from Missouri, and Grandma. When did they come to Ohio, and why?
Grandpa helped move Apex up to Sandusky, Ohio. And how did Mom get up here? Jobs. So they came up to Sandusky for jobs. And she and her mother had already been, Grandma Morgan's mother had been divorced, which was really rare in those days. And so she brought all the kids up with her, and she worked as a seamstress and would work late, and her feet would be swollen and everything. And then Aunt Noni got a job at the airport, and they got jobs around. And during all this time, the kids were put into foster homes or at the children's home. And then Grandma and Grandpa Morgan would get them out, and they would come live with them. So they really had an interesting background, interesting heritage.
Did Grandma and Grandpa Morgan meet in Missouri before moving to Sandusky?
She went to Sandusky. And then it was shortly after they had gotten married that their mother died at an Grandma Morgan's mom died at an automobile accident. So it was really Grandma and Grandpa Morgan. And they had that kind of marriage where Grandma stayed home. She was the homemaker. She raised the kids.
Much better.
Grandpa worked, and if Grandma needed the car, she had to take Grandpa to work and go get groceries and whatever. So we did not have a car to drive around in or anything like that. So. And Hal would have to borrow the car from Grandpa to go
Big
anywhere.
bubbles there.
Big responsibility. You know, Grandpa Morgan never forgot anything. You couldn't get by anything with him. So, right? And then your father had all these great boyfriends. Teddy and Johnny Massey, and my favorite was Ron. And I had just gotten some new Daisy perfume. And I had a crush on Ron Noy. Oh, I thought he was the coolest guy in the world. And I accidentally spilled my Daisy perfume on him, and he never said anything. I'm sure he was horrified. Did Ron have a sister? I don't even know. He didn't have a sister, so he didn't know what to
Only
do.
child.
So, but Uncle Hal would go out with his boyfriends, and they would have a lot of fun. So we had some good times.
Well, the curtain's closing.
So,
It's over.
Any last thoughts?
The curtain's down.
well, I will say my last thought is that I had the best brother in the world, and I still do, and I'm very grateful
That's
for
because he's
him
your own
every
brother.
day. It's true he's my only brother, but He's just the best guy in the world for
Are
me.
you blushing?
She's trying to get out of paying me for all the stuff I brought down.
It's true. It's a fact.
I think a
Put up
bubble
with
in
me.
here.
Get her a bug one in her beverage.
No, a bubble. A bubble.
But anyway,
so
and we're very
tasty.
proud of all you guys. You guys all have done great things with your lives, and we're very proud of you.
The champagne lady.
We're sitting here, but I'm stealing a chair.
Boy, Jerry, that was a good one. Holy moly.
Looks like a